It's a special occasion tonight. Another reason I'm very happy to be here. 35th anniversary of the founding of this amazing organization, Alfred Friendly Press Partners. And during those 35 years, I just want to run a couple of statistics by you because they speak for themselves and speak quite loudly. 320 journalists, 82 countries. Those have been trained by Alfred Friendly Press Partners. That's a substantial number and a tremendous impact. I give speeches on this topic quite frequently, and I've often said that my biggest fear about the president's rhetoric is not so much what it will do here, but what effect it might have overseas in other countries that have a less long-standing history or tradition or respect for a free press, or for countries that are just beginning that experimentation process. And I've wondered what either authoritarians in waiting or actual authoritarians would do with the president's rhetoric in their own countries.
On many levels, and it doesn't matter what you think of America, this country is a leader that many other countries look up to. And so whatever happens here, whether good or bad, resonates with all of these countries. And over the last 4-5 years, in the 2 years before this Trump administration and in the 2.5 years after, what seemed to be happening that is affecting countries like Ghana, where I come from, is a continuous attempt by people in government, politicians, and their business friends to take advantage of this agenda, fake news agenda that has been set by the leader of the free world, to run down the credibility of the last resort of the people, to hold them to account. And so we've had instances where people are now reading journalism content and asking questions whether this is something they should really believe. It doesn't even matter if this is a business person or a politician that has stolen money that could have been used in putting up very much needed public health resources, or paying for food, or providing public services that will help people. And so I feel that it is doing a lot of damage.
President Trump looking at media as enemy is a true fact, right? But so during my work at Star Tribune, I did not get a chance to do the kind of stories where I could see that impact. What I would say is that even before I came to the US for the fellowship and during my time here, I find it quite inspiring that in spite of this attitude which the president has towards the press here, the press is constantly questioning the government and doing a really good job at it.
Trump is the only thing, is the only person and thing that didn't change in my mind since I came here in the US. So the US overall changed, the impression about media changed, my impression about Trump didn't, because, he's a very high-level official who, I will not say he harms press directly, but I would say that the press is bullied by him in a way.
Well, I find it's a very interesting moment for me to be here, to work in a US newsroom as a Chinese journalist. And obviously, you may know we have Great Firewall in China, which means internet block from the Chinese government. And in the United States, the President Trump, he views the real wall between the border. And since I was here, I find the wall doesn't exist, not only exists in the real world, but also in people's mind, like gender, like race, like religion, all of the things. So I started to think about it. How should I react as a journalist to the wall? And I find the only solution is to keep proving the truth, to keep telling the truth.
In my line of work, because I specialize only on anti-corruption, anti-bribery investigations, I work very hard to make sure that every statement and every accusation that I make in my reporting is backed up by hard evidence, not just hard evidence, but true evidence.
There is a very important principle in USA Today's newsroom that is news to youth, which means the news of USA Today, they provide very basic, simple, useful news products to every single reader. So that is the reason why USA Today has such a large circulation in this country. And for example, we did a lot of stories about how to plan your retirement, how to buy your first house, and if trade war happened, which kind of products in the supermarket will be more expensive. And that kind of story impressed me a lot because in China we usually don't do that.
I mean, we didn't just work here, we lived here. We lived as a mini American life. We went to college for 3 weeks. Then, in my story was like, I started in Missouri to work for 7 weeks. Then I went to New York to work at the best investigative media for another 3 months. It was like a mini American life. Now I'm coming back to Moldova. And during this life, of course, I was thinking, I should do this. This is cool. This never existed in my country. I should implement that. So yeah, many things to bring home, actually.
Excellent.